Walking Macau Streets. Dear Lord, show me a sign. Give me a map. Oh yeah.
Okay, so Macau, you can tell a lot in a street name. So this one is Pátio do Comprador, which means like buyer's courtyard. So this is where we're going to be at in this particular video in Macau, and I'm going to put it on the map, and I'm going to point out a couple things. One is there's this main road called Rua do Campo, which means like the street of the fields, because originally this particular area went up into the fields away from the Portuguese settlement area. And this probably would have been, this would have been called Buyer's Courtyard. So actually the translation is Buyer's Courtyard, Pátio do Comprador. So this one probably was some kind of like outdoor marketplace that would have been right off of the field going into towards mainland China. And obviously now it's completely different. Now it's, there's a parking garage. It's like surrounded by tall buildings. And actually one of the buildings is super cool. I'm gonna show it because in this video, I'm gonna walk through the courtyard. And then I'm gonna go over a overpass and go to the other side and view it. And there's really amazing, interesting architectural building that you wouldn't at all notice from the courtyard itself, but it's right next to it. It's basically banks up most of the courtyard. Maybe it was built where the courtyard was at, and I don't know the history of this, but I'm just kind of going by the name. And then, anyways, you're gonna see it. So this is another one in Macau. And I'm also going to check out this other architectural building on the other side too, which is, I don't know, I'm going to try to speculate a little bit about that as well. Nonetheless, here we go. Buyer's Courtyard in Macau. Pátio do Comprador. Pew. Okay, this is Pátio do Comprador. And we're just going to show you what's around here real quick. This is Rua do Campo, and then we're going to go into that little alley. There's a nice, beautiful architectural building on the other side. And we're going to come back out here and explore a little bit, but this is going to be our focus, this little patio. So yeah, this is my effort to explore every part of Macau and capture it on film. There's a post office right there. Then you have that beautiful yellow building right across. And this street right here is Rua do Campo. And that would have originally went out into the, that says fields, so it went out into the fields, basically. It's away from the beach. There would have been an Avenida de Praia Grande where the beach would have been historically. And then that street out front is Rua do Campo. Kind of a cool building there. I'm going to try to capture that building from over that side, over by that building over there. Then you can see how beautiful it is. Can't quite tell from here like how interesting it is. And then in this little patio, which is like a courtyard, we have a small restaurant here. And then we have a property developer here. And that basically ends our patio. Tall buildings all the way up. Okay, so we're gonna head on out, and what we're gonna do next is go across the street. We'll take the camera with us. And this little Pátio do Comprador. Right there. Street sign. And we're gonna go across. We go to that side. And then we're gonna take a look at this building that we're right next to, which is this tall building right there. They look impressive on the other side. On this side you won't be able to quite see like how interesting it is. I think this yellow building, we try to pinpoint it a little bit. But this is Rua do Campo, and then we're gonna go over this bridge, then you're going to be able to see Playa Grande, which is where the big ocean road used to be. You just kind of, but that would have been down that way. So I think this would have been maybe like historically maybe going towards the north, away from the Portuguese community. Okay. So we're gonna start out at our little patio. You can get a taste of this Rua de Campo Street. Some of the restaurants around here. Something very Macau-ish. Okay, so we are gonna go across. More Maxims. One takes Pharmacia. So here's the Rua de Campo. Let me just capture this real quick. So down that way would have been Avenida Praia Grande. So that would have been the ocean. And then they built reclaimed land on that side. And we're going to get a view of that from up above in just a moment. So we're going to go up and around, go over to that side. So we're going to show you the alley first, the patio, courtyard. So there it is right in there. Right on the other side of that post office. Then this would be, that would have been the ocean right over there. So Grand Lisboa would have been in the ocean. Those buildings right there would have been in the ocean as well. Now we're going to get a view of that side of the street from this side of the street. You can just kind of see how funky and interesting that building is as well. So let's walk up towards this beautiful colonial building, and then we'll do a there we go. So then we have this beautiful building on this side of the street. Then on that side, that's our patio, and that's that kind of interesting building over to the side. Let's just walk down that way a little bit. I'll show you the patio, but I'm going to capture this particular building first. Okay. And that's the other side of the street that we were just on, and that's how that building is actually quite interesting. You wouldn't see it, you wouldn't notice it when you're next to it. And that's the little patio that we were in right there. Rua de Campo. And our little courtyard. And this is Rua de Campo going out into the fields, historically. Okay, and that's our courtyard right there. So we're gonna end that video.